All right, let's get into the story. Well, Mike Florio calls out NFL.com for falsely crediting Ian Rapoport on his Jimmy G scoop. Ooh, Florio reported that Jimmy G's contract with the Vegas Raiders had to be dramatically reworked because the veteran quarterback reportedly failed his physical with his new team. Ooh. So the rework contract includes a waiver, which according to Florio, had to be included. Otherwise, Jimmy G would not have passed the team's physical. Y'all caught that? Basically, they're like, yeah, you can pass his physical, but we still watching that foot. And that foot can mess all this stuff up. Don't lie. So because of a pre-existing medical and middle cuneiform and a fracture of the base of the second metatarsal in the player's left foot, basically, his foot is messed up. Yeah, his foot messed up. And that the club would not enter into an NFL player contract with player, the waiver read. That line is important. More on that to follow. Okay. I actually broke my foot. I had a Jones fracture. So, mine's much simpler than yours, Jimmy G. Just side of my foot, whop, 6 weeks, came back, only needed 2. All right, so let's get into this. This is a pretty big deal because no one would expect that the fellow NFL reporters who either confirmed or aggregated the news would credit Florio, right? Oh, well, not quite. Around the NFL, which is the league's digital media hub, y'all know that show, credited its own insider, NFL Network's Ian Rapoport, for breaking the news. I always watch breaking news, and this is Adam Schefter or Ian Rapoport, and I always be like, man, I'll take credit for all that if I were them, because who's watching both networks to know who said what, like at what time? So I always thought this would be a bigger issue earlier than it is right now. So now it's in the news. Let's watch how they beef it out. Okay, so the article links the word reported to Rapoport's tweet, which shows the clause on the adjusted contract for Jimmy G. Ooh, they going far. So now they're not just saying he said it or they're saying it, they're actually attaching it to written. That ain't the smart move. The problem, his tweet is quoting Pro Football Talk's tweet. You got Ian Rapoport quoting the tweet from Mike Florio. Uh-oh, y'all got caught. So Florio, he went to his Twitter account. You know that little dude will. Others can report the transactions that are going to be announced anyway, often within minutes. Our goal will always be to find the stuff they don't want you to know. Look at him. He jabbing. He see that opening right now, so he just going to punch. Integrity over here, authenticity over here. Now, a Twitter user brought it to Florio's attention that Rapoport was being credited for breaking the news and not himself. And remember, the NFL Network is owned by the NFL, so Florio took issue with not being properly accredited. I try not to let this crap bother me anymore. Well, try harder, because it doesn't look like you're trying hard right now, because it will never stop happening. Wow. But we dug up the only real news that anyone has reported this weekend, a significant story all parties involved had hidden for weeks. And NFL.com pretends their guy broke it. Damn. Last layer of this is other Twitter users pointed out a mistake in Florio's tweet, and some even said he was not even the first to report the news either. What do you make of this? I tell you what I make of this right now. I make of this a funnel, and y'all know how a funnel looks, right? They're all going to the same place, but then trying to make this thing seem like it's only coming to them, only coming from them. But they're all going to the same place, because you got to think, if you got an insider on any organization within any of the borders of an organization, let's just say that guy might have loose lips. And he may tell you, but why are you in priority to telling somebody else? First thing you would say is relationship. Yeah, but the only thing that's going to trump the relationship in this situation is the information, right? So if the information you want out, that's why you start a relationship with a reporter. You don't want information out, that's just your boy, but I'm never going to give you anything. So once I give it to one, what's stopping me if I really just want this out to not take it to them as well, right? It's called a runner, loose lips sink ships. So should you be offended? Professionally, I can see why you're offended, because obviously this is in part how they make their name, how they make their dough. Because if you're the ones breaking inside information, if you're the one going the next layer deeper, oh, you're going to get a reputation for doing your job better. So I get that part. But it also hits you in the ego too. Like, damn, dog. Like, I did that work. I'm the one that took the risk that potentially this story could just blow up in my face. And you gonna get some of the credit? Like, if you're not gonna take the risk, you shouldn't get none of the reward. Simple as that. So are we going to expect an apology? Because do not act like this just happened by accident. Nothing worse than when you catch somebody and they act like, oh, my bad. I ain't even know, dog. Come on, man. We getting paid to do this. Now you don't know? And how did you even get the information? Did you get it before me? Why didn't you put it out before me? Oh, you got it after me. So you got it after me. Why'd you want credit for it? One way or the other, you're going to have to announce what your true intentions are. So I look at this situation for what it is. Mike Florio, he says a lot of stuff. Some of it objective, a lot of it is his own opinion. And sometimes you have to figure out which one is more in balance, right? Because sometimes it's an article, you're like, oh, wow, that's just Florio talking about what he feels. And sometimes it is just pertinent information, objective and all. So in this situation, I don't expect any apology because I don't think anybody gonna kick up enough dust for this to become a bigger story. That said, thought it was interesting that these guys out there all trying to act like they're the ones that's first in line when they're all just in the same line, hoping that they're first.